All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are tackling one of the biggest questions out there right now, artificial intelligence and what it means for our jobs. You've probably thought about it, right? It's the question on basically everyone's mind, whether you're working on a factory floor or in a corner office. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie plot anymore. This is happening right now.
And how we deal with this is going to reshape, well, everything, our economy, our society, for generations to come. The debate is absolutely fierce, and there are some really strong arguments on all sides.
So you can really boil this whole thing down into two main camps, the fear versus the hope. On one side, you have the fear of mass unemployment, jobs getting wiped out, and all this power being controlled by a handful of billionaires. On the other side, there's the hope for a massive boom in productivity, creating whole new kinds of jobs and opportunities for everybody. So let's start by digging into the case for fear.
This whole perspective is really driven by a deep concern for the average worker. It's asking, what happens when technology moves so fast that society just can't keep up? You could see massive economic disruption and a lot of people left with no way to make a living.
And Senator Bernie Sanders put it in a nutshell right here. He's asking a really fundamental question. If this technology just runs wild and jobs start to disappear, what happens to our society? How do people survive? The big worry is that all the benefits will just be funneled to the very top, leaving millions of people behind.
And this isn't just talk. The proposed solution from this side of things is pretty drastic. Hit the pause button. A moratorium on data centers is a direct call to slow down what Senator Sanders calls the unregulated sprint of AI, just to give society and our government a chance to catch up and figure this all out.
Okay, but for every single warning, there is a powerful counter-argument, and it's coming straight from the heart of the tech industry. They're basically saying that not only are the fears overblown, but they're also causing us to miss out on an incredible opportunity.
And they are coming with some data to back it up. According to an analysis from Vanguard, the very jobs that are most exposed to AI are actually seeing faster job growth and bigger wage increases than the rest of the job market. Now that really challenges the whole idea that AI is just a net job destroyer. And this quote from Palantir's CTO, Shyam Sankar, really sums up the industry's response. He calls the fears propaganda and argues that what's actually happening on the ground is a renaissance, a huge opportunity to reindustrialize and create more American jobs.
Now, the story gets even more interesting when we look beyond just the software developers and the white-collar office jobs. There's a whole other story that's not being told as much, and it's about what's happening on the front lines of the economy. The core idea here is that AI isn't a replacement. It's a tool. Think of it as a force multiplier that actually enhances the skills of blue-collar and service workers, letting them do their jobs better and way more efficiently.
Just look at these examples. An ICU nurse could use AI to handle all the tedious data entry, which frees them up to spend those precious minutes with patients where it really, really matters. Or a factory foreman can automate scheduling and focus on the actual physical work of building things. And here's the kicker. When workers get more productive, companies can justify hiring more people and even add whole new shifts.
And this next one is pretty dramatic. At Panasonic Energy, they're using AI to train their workforce. And just look at the difference it makes. What used to take 3 years, that's 36 months of training, can now be done in just 3 months.
And that's not some theoretical number. This is a real-world story. In Nevada, former casino workers are getting retrained for advanced manufacturing jobs with incredible speed. So instead of AI creating a barrier for workers, it's actually creating a faster on-ramp to a skilled career.
But this whole debate over jobs isn't just happening in a vacuum. The people who are for rapid AI development argue there's a much bigger picture here, a super high-stakes global competition. To those who say we should pause, the counter-argument is simple and pretty stark. You can't slow down when you're in a race, especially when your competition has zero intention of stopping. So the crucial point here is that this is about way more than just jobs. It's about national security and global leadership. The country that wins the AI race is pretty much expected to lead the world economy. AI is fundamental for military tech, like developing drone algorithms. So from this perspective, moratorium isn't just bad economic policy, it's a security risk that could give away the future to our competitors. So if the AI revolution is going to keep moving forward no matter what, the conversation has to shift from if to how. How do we manage it? And it seems like a lot of it comes down to where we decide to invest in our AI future.
And this chart shows a pretty stark imbalance in where all the money is going.
The vast majority, 85%, is on the supply side. That's building the huge data centers and the powerful AI models. Only 15% is going to the demand side. That is, investing in the tools and training to actually help workers use this technology to create real value.
And this really is the challenge, isn't it? The focus needs to shift from just building the technology to actually deploying it effectively. The goal has to be making sure those productivity gains we talked about don't just benefit a few companies, but that they translate into real economic prosperity for everybody.
Ultimately, that brings us to the final, critical question. The technology is here, and it's not going away. So the debate is moving beyond if and is now all about how. How do we steer this incredible revolution to build the kind of future we actually want to live in? And, maybe most importantly, who gets a seat at the table to make that decision?